Amy says, I'm a bedridden transgender person who is struggling with wanting to hate these people because of their lack of humanity. A friend of mine today sent me a message, and it said something along the lines of, I wish Jesus' last words had been, duck Yahtzees. I'll let you do the translation. I wish Jesus' words had been, duck Yahtzees. And that really hit me hard. It really did. It really struck me, because I thought, well, what were some of Jesus's last words? And there's, it is finished. It is finished. Father, I commend my soul to you. But another thing he said towards the end was, forgive them. They know not what they do. Forgive them. They know not what they do. Yesterday in our service, we read from the Psalm we're going to read here in a minute. And it talks about how God restores sight to the blind. I'm not going to tell you. I think I'm giving up on this thought, actually. Father, forgive them. They know not what they do. We are far too educated. For many of these people, as Christians, they have been to church enough to know. They've been to church enough to know that it's not a matter that, they just didn't know any better. Where Jesus is talking about these Roman centurions who put him up on the cross. They just didn't know any better. Where he's talking about the Pharisees and the Sadducees and the religious leaders who never encountered anybody like him. They just didn't know any better. We know better. We know better. We knew better when we started those residential schools. We knew, because there isn't an aspect of the Gospels that would tell us to do this. We knew better. We knew better during things like the Inquisition, because there's nothing in the Gospels that say we should do something like the Inquisition. And we knew better when we launched those crusades, because there's nothing in the Gospels that tells us to do that. We knew better when we put our weight behind slavery, because there's nothing in the Gospels that tells us we should treat another human being like this. We knew better. But moving in the other direction just simply wasn't profitable enough. We knew better. We know better today. We know better today. But it is not profitable enough for us to do the better thing. And so we justify doing the wrong thing. We justify doing the lesser thing. We justify doing the evil thing. We justify doing the awful thing. It's not about not knowing better. Father, forgive them. They know not what they do. I think today what Jesus might say is, Father, forgive them. They're blind. They're blind to your ways. Father, forgive them. They've been blinded to your ways. Father, forgive them. They've been blinded by other gods, by other desires. They've been blinded by the ways of the flesh. They've been blinded by, my guess is it wouldn't be a matter of they know not what they do. They know what to do. They've chosen not to do it, because doing things another way looks way too tempting. Doing things another way is way too tempting. Doing things in that worst way is way too profitable. It's way too stinking profitable. There's too much money. There's too much fame. There's too much celebrity. There's too much power. There's too much status. There's too much authority. There's too much wealth. There's too much of all the things that go with this stuff for them to choose to do things Jesus' way. Amen.